Alright, got another submission here. It says that it seemed pretty cursed at first, but it kind of opened up later. And that, yeah, I mean, that can be pretty much... Talos is similar to Eka in that regard. Pretty weak early, but very strong late. I don't mind the combo, I suppose. Firestarter is definitely a way better starter than the alternative. And then Talos is just sort of solid. Pyro Savagery I really like, so we'll see what we got here. It looks like Evil's already beaten it. They did say so Elias, the submitter, did say that it didn't, they had to generate the seed a few times, so it didn't keep the original one. I hope I consider that a bug, and I hope that in the big update that it'll eventually come, I hope that a fix gets included. I'm pretty sure they fixed that at some point in test, but I don't know what's all going to get included. Hard for me to keep up, honestly. I have not been testing that much ever since a month or so ago, just because I just don't have time to do. It's either test or make a video, and I prefer to make a video, honestly, as fun as the testing is. So I'm not up to date on everything with the testing. Yeah, anyway, so we got Savagery and Pyro Hunter and Vampiric Feed, so we definitely want front-loaded damage, which is, you know, sometimes hard to come by, but maybe not in this combo. And then we got Windblade, which, you know, it's mainly, I would say, good on a... It's less good when you don't have Just Cause, I feel, because you can't, like, get that extra Valor that much, but it's still, like, good on, like, a Battle Dancer or whatnot. I guess it could also be good on Talos with the melee weakness. Then we got Miser. That really sucks to start with. I mean, we'll earn money, but with a weak early game champ like Talos, you don't want to see that. And honestly, all of these cards are pretty weak at the start. This is actually going to be a little concerning. I can see why the submitter said that it might feel cursed at the start. I can just already see that it is a bad start. You know, it's like you basically got the horribly inefficient removal with Golden Touch. You got Miser, who, you know, similar to Golden Touch, it's just mainly a greed card that is a good greed card, but, you know, you want to be greedy after you've already secured some power, which we just have no power right now. Although we are offered Battle Cleric, so it's, yeah, Battle Cleric and Celestial Radiance. I have to imagine we just take the Battle Cleric. It kind of sucks because it's the least fun path of Talos, and it falls off late, but, you know, we can flex out of it into melee weakness if it's offered. That's always something you'd probably want to do with Battle Cleric. Battle Cleric is incredibly strong, though, in the first, like, 3 rings, and then it just starts to fall off, basically. It's kind of like Burnout Rector in that regard. We'll take that for sure, though. With a Miser and all these other cards start, like, that is just automatic. Oh, yeah. Alright, Shattered. I like it. I like it. Is there any reason to take Lightstone Casing? That magic sucks. That magic's good. That magic potentially sucks. And, yeah, Miser start. We're not hitting the first magic. So, definitely Shattered Halo. I mean, this is a great combo. There's so many good rares in Vanished, and Pyroborn has less good rares, but they have a few that are really good, like Pyroclasm. So, plus with our need for front-loaded damage, I'm definitely taking that. -1 per turn, that really shouldn't be a problem. The deck kind of just plays itself. We put down the Stewards and the Miser, and we just let Talos scale them. We definitely want Miser to earn us a lot of money. We'll put that there, that way I trigger this shift now. And I don't want to take any unnecessary damage. I'm going to get plenty of stats here. Alright, easy turn. Not much thought needed there. And again, pretty easy turn, I think. I don't know if it's this one or this one, though, to be honest. I think it's this one, because this floor is a little harder to deal with, even though I'm going to generate more Scourges. These Scourges don't really matter because they're not damaging me, they're just hurting my draw, and that's really not too big of an issue. So, let's see, that's Sap guy. We had 19, 20, this guy's got 20. I mean, I guess I had 55 damage, that didn't really change any threshold. I probably should have just played the Inspire twice. But, it's all good. Get some eggs. Alright, they're dead. I can't get that, unfortunately, so... yeah. Probably should have been moving Talos around to get extra shifts just for the one Valor, but it's all good. Alright, we earned a good amount of money there. Ooh. Like I said, there's really good rares here. Not Spike of the Banished, but Cursed Blade and Death Metal Hymnist. I really do want a Death Metal Hymnist. But I can't play it the first 3 rings, so it feels like I should probably just take the Cursed Twin Blade, even if it's a worse card. You know, there's no way I can get Ember. Like, I could take a... yeah. Outside of a very high roll, like Ring 3 Cavern, there's no way I can play that Death Metal Hymnist, so let's just take the Blade. And then... Pyroclasm's unfortunately kind of a similar story, but I might still just take it because there's nothing here for the other ones. It's like Tome of Contracts, only really good with Hothead. It'd be good if Talos gets melee weakness at some point. I could take it like preemptively for that. But, you know, there's not really any other abilities that I have at the moment. I guess there's other ones I could get, though. You know, there's... I guess we're going to have a Banish banner here, so... You know, there is the one dude that shifts that we might get. But I have to imagine we're just taking Pyroclasm. I'm still not going to like go to the Merchant of Magic or anything, so it kind of sucks because I almost certainly cannot play it. But unlike the last choice, there's not really a good alternative to it. Like Hell Furnace is only good with Magma Miner. We're not even hitting that Pyreborn. I guess I'm hitting a Pyreborn here. Magma Miner, not Magma Miner. Magma Incanter. I'll never remember the actual name of that unit, but the dude that incants Pyrogel. Never just gonna take Pyroclasm. Do I loot this at 3? I think we just save it. I think there's like a whole lot of minor artifacts that we care about. $25 gold. So I could, if I need the 25 gold, I guess I'll loot it, but probably not, especially because these upgrades aren't too great. Smidgestone and Endless. We did get offered that unit, but for sure we're obviously taking Firebrand. We'll reroll here. Nothing here is really good for us. None of these are good on Miser either. Alright. Titanite, absolutely. Easiest choice of my life. Probably just put the Multi-Strike here. Multi-Strike technically is usable on Firebrand, but this is just going to earn me all of that gold back and then some. Plus, this will be the backliner for now that kind of scales. I will say scaling might be kind of hard to come by with Shattered Hand. Some of the, you know, like we're not going to get Divinity or anything, but I guess I could take that Valor Spike if it's offered again if it turns out that I need it for scaling. It's just not very efficient at it. But yeah, we'll do that. Might as well do this too, just to get some health. I mean, I need to potentially survive savagery. I don't know. Pyroclasm's going to help a lot with that, though. So we'll see. Mark of Invasion's easy. Helps me, if anything. Gets some more gold and whatnot. Ooh, we even got this. Nice. Yeah, we're definitely winning this one. Take you out. Alright, they're all dying. We can just do this, this, and this. Just in case I have to kill it with Pyrogel. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can just live. It doesn't really need anything. Would I rather play this or this? If I can get to 6, that would be ideal. Let's try to do that. Do that there. Granted, I don't know that it actually helps me into Spike's dude, but we'll see. Damn it, we didn't get the other egg. So annoying. Wow, I actually worked some of my guys here. Whatever. Ooh, these are some good cards. I'm telling you, Banished rares are amazing. I mean, look at all these. This is like... Toma Lost Path is really good. We obviously do want to overstack like a single floor with this Talos Path. I can still like maybe... How many dupes are there? It's 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 dupes. Standard amount. I could dupe Firebrand once later, maybe, after I've hit... So I'll hit this steel. Probably won't hit that one. Probably will hit that one, and then the other one. So maybe one of the later Hell Vents. I could still run, like... You know, since we are facing Savagery, like, I could still, like, put another... you know, dupe the tank and put him on another floor and still just focus on one floor, though. And that guy can at least protect the other units. And then I can just fly them up. It's like, I don't know, I feel like having this in hand, it doesn't actually do anything for me right now, but it allows me a lot of flexibility with what I can do. You know, say I get a Hothead, I could even get like, we're very likely to get, you know, the Reduction Tome as well, so it's like, I guess the Hothead would have to go on the floor, though, so I can't put Flight on the Hothead, obviously. But, I'm trying to think what else. Maybe just Dragon Mauler. Have a few of them on the floor is fine. Because... And I will say this, too, like, I guess I'll hit here, so there's another Banished Banner, too. Because I do need to get that Pyroclasm reduced. I mean, I could do it here, too, but... I imagine this is looking like a deck where I'll need to hit as many Merchant of Magics as possible, and yeah, I mean, especially if I take like Sanctuary, for example. I am kind of... I think that immediately both these give me the most power, obviously. I don't really need a Sanctuary until quite a lot later, though. And I could even argue that if I get my Pyroclasms online, because I assume I'm going to like dupe the Pyroclasm at the first one, so we'll have at least 2. I could very well pick up more, most likely. And if I'm hitting enough Merchant of Magics, I can cost reduce them. I don't even mind, you know, adding Consume to them with the -2 just for a one-time play. I only need to play them so often. So I think Sanctuary is just less needed when I already kind of have Pyroclasm to solve the issue that it solves. So do I want Toma Path or another Cursed Twinblade? I think I like securing the Tome of the Path. It gives me so many more options, even if it's weaker than these cards technically right now. Alright. Still not really feeling Hell Furnace. It's a little bit better now that I have a Pyreborn banner coming up. So if I do get Magma Incanter... I mean, I could also... I'm already kind of speculatively taking cards, so I don't know how many more I can speculate on, but like... I could speculatively take the Hell Furnace, and even if I don't get the Magma Incanter, there's still the Magma Mauler. I just don't know that it's even that good on that unit, though. Not actually that many other Pyreborn units that actually provide Pyrogel, unfortunately. Lava Armor's out of the question. Although I guess if I went to Merchant of... No, not even the Merchant of Arms would have it, because it's a common. So yeah, there's just not much there for Hell Furnace. None of the rares apply Pyrogel. Yeah, I think if it's either skip or just Toma contracts. Yeah, we'll do Toma contracts, I guess. It's speculative. I guess we saved this. I really wanted to get to 6. I would have definitely looted if I had 6. But, I don't know. We're not really doing Pyreborn things, so the minor artifacts are really not going to be very good. Another Titanite and Endless. Okay. Okay, we can do Endless Guildmonger. I'm pretty sure that's a call. I mean, I could also take another Miser. There is some merit to that. You know, with the Talos. But, I think we gotta go with the greed. I mean, that's how we get our worth out of Pyreborn. We'll re-roll for hopefully Dualism. I would probably settle for a large stone. And we just don't get any of the above. Probably just do an Avarice here. It's, there's nothing else I would want on Guildmonger, and this is the best upgrade I could get on it since it pays for itself. Kind of disappointed overall in this Merchant of Steel, though. I guess it's not the end of the world. I got an Endless Guildmonger. It's pretty much going to get me an artifact every fight now. Ooh, and especially if I have this, which is definitely better than these other crappy cards. I mean, honestly, the Waxen Spike wouldn't be bad if I get Consume Remove on it. Like, I can work with that, but, and it would be really good, in fact. But, yeah, obviously I'm just taking that. Now I can flexibly use that either on my main floor tank or whatever, or I can use it on my Guildmonger and just get a bunch of extra eggs out of it. I think I actually will just even loot this right now, because I am so likely to just get full eggs in this next fight. I think I might as well loot. Alright, out of these, definitely probably just the Dragon one. I mean, Conduit could be good too. I do technically have 3. That's like 12 Conduit to the floor, but I just don't know how relevant that is. Whereas this, they're just getting damage, and that's good. And I guess I mainly just have the Miser that benefits from it, but Guildmonger is technically a Dragon too. But yeah, my thought was I have a multi-striking Miser where I give it basically 16 extra damage flat. And who knows, maybe I end up with another... I could potentially dupe that Miser, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense to yet. Yeah, obviously we take the trial. What am I even thinking about there? My mind is in places. I'm gonna put you bottom. Alright, no thing this time, but that's fine. We'll go up. Give that to you. Do that. Oh, I forgot that it's Pyre Hunter. So annoying. Okay. I think we actually... Do I do this? Because I should be getting Spike of the League at some point. I think I actually like to do this instead. Let's go here. How do I do this? So, like this, I guess. My poor Pyre is just getting fucking destroyed. Alright, as long as we're killing up here, we'll just do this. I don't know why I put the reduction of flight on the Firebrand. I should put the reduction on Talos, but yeah. Just a minor thing, I guess. Yeah, this guy's dead. Probably should have just put him on the bottom then. Man, I took so much damage from the frickin' Pyre Hunter. Why did he go mid? He should have went bottom. There was no unit mid. That actually doesn't make sense. Oh well. Do it here in case I draw one next turn. I'm actually not even going to get to 8 here. Actually, no, I will. I'll get right to 8. Perfect. Granted, there's really no difference between 7 and 8, to be honest. Alright, they're dead. Alright, one sec. Be right back. Alright. In honor of the AVGN, I have cracked open a Rolling Rock for tonight. Eagleheart or Pyroclasm. Very easy for me to play Eagleheart because I got these extra flight. I'll have extra flight and a reduction. So I can just move whatever unit forward. I just don't know that it actually does that much damage, but I may need it even just for the minor Valor scaling, because I don't really know what the plan is right now with everything. I don't know that it would beat out another Pyroclasm if I'm already planning on hitting both of those shops. I'm already guaranteed to get both of them down to 2 if I pick both. So yeah, and then Devilish Deals obviously sucks. I'm surprised there's people that like this card. 10 damage is gigantic to your Pyre, especially, I mean, look at this, I have 15 health. I feel like it would need to read, like, fill every egg. Your Pyre takes 10 damage. I still don't know that I would take it. I'd probably take it at that point. But, yeah, Pyroclasm. Let's do it. Ooh, another Firebrand. Actually, yeah, with our deck, Goldtooth should be pretty good. I like that it's like only showing this, but it's like not showing the actual gold that I would get, the extra damage from the gold. So that'd be, right now it'd be pretty good. I mean, this could just be our scaling. Yeah, this is obviously the unit we take. We have scaling now. Now we have to maybe be holding gold. I don't know. Definitely Ember though. Even with the idea that we're reducing cost, Ember here is just obviously what's getting taken. Ooh, that's a tough one because Shale Shell obviously is the best one here. I already have abilities being spammed, and that'll give me even more reason to want to do it. And yeah, it's good into savagery as well. But the hidden coffers is the more fun one. You know, it just is better for the greed. Honestly, I should just take this because we're gonna get Shale Shell eventually, and I don't need it right now. But the earlier I get a hidden coffers, the more value I get out of it. Even if there's not really much difference between 8 and 10, it's fine. It sets up a potential 13 egg thing, which is the most fun thing ever. Alright, these are relatively useless, but we'll just take the deep wood oil. And yeah, we're going right for sure. Double stack and intrinsic. Do I even have a good double stack? Oh yeah, Spike of the League for sure is a great double stack. Avenger. Pretty rare that you'd run a deck with Firebrand and Avenger, but it's not completely out of the question. The question would be, do I suspect that Avenger would be better than Firebrand in this deck on my main floor? Because Firebrand can obviously just go on her own floor if need be. You know, this is one where I actually wish I'd check the champ path first, because if I'm getting melee weakness on shift, then I obviously don't need the Avenger. But if I do, you know, maybe we want it. Sword Maiden is okay. We just don't need it. It's not like... It's not going to outdo the Gold Tooth at this point. I do think the Avenger is probably better than Firebrand here, but like it's pretty long time until I hit a steal, like ring 7 basically. Yeah, ring 7 for sure actually. So yeah, probably I won't take it then. It's not going to be better unupgraded. Okay, Enchantress. Do I have any reason to flex into that? I usually think it's pretty much a mistake to do that. Let me think. It definitely makes Firebrand better. I don't know though. Like just wait for hopefully melee weakness. If I could even get just one thing of melee weakness later, it'd be much better. So might as well hold out for it. Double stack goes there. I know we want to hold some gold, but I think right now I don't have to. The second rank of Resolve is still actually, I think mid game it's still pretty strong. It just mainly falls off in the final 3 rings. I suppose we could get one of these down to 2 guaranteed just by doing an intrinsic plus that. And like I said, I'll just do this here. Like, I don't care if we ever don't, if we never get a consumer move, I'm fine with that. I'd actually be fine doing this. These really aren't going to be my egg generating things because, I don't know, maybe I'm overestimating how much the Guildmonger can get me, but I feel like with a double stacked Spike and, you know, I'll still get an egg out of these from, I just need to only play it once, so I don't need to play it again. And yeah, unless the enemies start getting stronger, so he'll die more often too. I feel like I'll get at least enough to get an artifact. I don't know that I'll get 10 every turn, but we'll see. Oh, nice. We already got remove consume. I'm so tempted to actually just put it here, to be honest. But probably should put it here. This is just so good. Now I don't even know if I have to Hellvent a Pyroclasm because I already have 2 of them at 2. I probably still will though. I think it would be the strongest card in the deck right now other than the Spike. But the Spike I'd be mainly using for greed, which is a good thing to do it with, but it's also kind of like, it already kind of does what it does. I don't need to play it again. Like, its potential, if I play this for like 4 mana, it's not out of the question that I would. 8 Reanimate is already like almost full eggs, so... And I don't know, we're hitting another magic, maybe I can just get a consumer move on it anyway, but I think definitely the Pyroclasm is what we want to do here. And then I'll get this down to 2. There's not any other upgrade. Since I already put Intrinsic on it, there's really nothing else. There is a holdover, but I really don't want to hold. I would only do that if I knew I was getting a Split Anvil, right? If I get Split Anvil, that's great, but otherwise this is just better. Just make it so I can play it the first turn. I don't need to see it every turn. And that means nothing's really great on holdover here. We can put 10 here, just might as well. Penitent Prayer Stone should be fine. I guess we want to go bottom floor against this. Is that even true? I could go mid floor. Man, I should have took a unit though. Why did I should have took the Sword Maiden. Because right now it's like, I already play Firebrand, Miser, and Gold Tooth on the floor. You know what though? I'll probably just end up Hellventing Gold Tooth, won't I? Ideally with a multi-strike, but that seems like the best unit to Hellvent. So I guess we didn't, yeah, we didn't, I'm just rambling right now. Anyway, yeah, we'll do this, go mid. I got an Intrinsic Pyroclasm, and then I got the other Pyroclasm, so I don't think I have to play bottom. I'd rather give myself... Is there any reason not to, though? I feel like it's the only way I can get Guildmonger to die, and to not have Guildmonger dying seems a bit foolish. Do I want to go there or there? Probably there. I'm going for like the maximum greed formation here, and I hope that's the right call. So I can kill that with that or that. We lose 8 damage there. The boss does have corruption, so I don't think these hitting here is worth. So I think what I'll do is do... I have to take a pyro damage if I want to do that play, huh? We can take 1. You know, I think we're just taking the safe call. 1 pyro damage should very rarely be relevant. I'm doing that because I don't want to deal with the sap guy. Although I guess that means this thing doesn't really have anything to kill, but that's fine. We'll just do that for now. Oh shit, he's not dying? Shit. Well, he only has 5 health. I think we can come up with 5 damage. If I would have seen that, maybe I wouldn't have inspired. Shit, I can't come up with 5 damage. Really, dude? Wow. Well, I mean, I could have looked at my deck and seen it's actually pretty unlikely that I can come up with 5 damage. Then I can't get through this thing. And I obviously could put the units down, but there's just no way I'm getting through 100. I guess if I got the Toma Lost Path here, I could have... No, not even Gold Tooth has enough. I was like... I guess I could fly like Miser up for some... It's just still not going to be enough damage. So, let's just do this play. Not the end of the world taking the 6, but it is just very stupid that I took it. Like, I could have just hit that guy with the Pyrogel card and he would have died, most likely. I don't know the exact math, but I'm pretty sure 4 plus... Yeah, 4 times 2 is better than 1 times 4. And I'm no math wizard, but... I think I'm just gonna go here for now. This is still just kind of awkward. 52. At least a Pyrogel card can kill him now. So I'm more likely to hopefully be able to kill that, but I also have a lot of Scourges being shuffled. Damn. Yeah, we're taking 5 more, I guess. If I could do it all over again, would I do it different? I don't know. I am paying Pyre Health here. I think the 6... I'm probably paying 11 that I didn't have to pay. There's better things I could have done, but it is what it is. Probably worth the sap here, I think. Alright, he's dying. I got full eggs, so we're happy. I can always path towards some Pyre health if I need it. Very interesting. We've been really good in terms of our ability to kill bosses so far, but yeah, I think this question comes down to, like, are we still thinking our major weakness is front-loaded damage? Is our weakness front-loaded damage? Is our weakness scaling to be able to deal with Relentless? Is our weakness being able to remove late-game double heavies? You know, Savagery has the worst of them. So, what do I think? Right now, if I were to change nothing in my deck, what do I need solving in terms of end game? Because I think we're absolutely fine for the mid game, and we don't even need to worry about that. So, you know, I consider that we should have only took 1 damage there if I'd played smartly. So I don't think I'm like in a bad spot having taken 12 damage there. It does show that we have some issues with wave clear, I suppose. I don't know. Obviously, we have the front-loaded damage with the intrinsic Pyroclasm, but on the turns where we don't draw that other Pyroclasm, we feel significantly weaker. You know, the rest of the deck is mostly starter cards or utility cards or equipment. Not really things that help me with either removal or stalling. You know, there's no, like, nothing that descends or roots, nothing like that. Nothing that saps the enemy or dazes them. So those are ways that you can get around not having enough removal, but we don't have that. And there's not really much of that in this combo, especially with the Shattered Shelm. So, like, Winged Radiance stands out to me as being the most direct card related to that. The card that is most directly related toward removal of heavies, shall we call it. There's also AoE and heavies. You know, we can think of it in terms of that. I think we're pretty good on AoE with the Pyroclasms, and to some degree our Golden Touches, and even to some degree Firestarter, but and we have a lot of strikes, but I think the heavies are much more the problem. It's like Pyroclasm doesn't directly deal with heavies, it can weaken them a bit, and it does a decent job of that. Honestly, 150 is nothing to scoff at, but we still need to come up with like 350 damage from there. And we don't really scale to that very quickly. That's the problem with the, you know, the third path of Resolve is 6 Valor. So, you know, if I got to come up with 350 damage, say we'll have 5 or 6 turns to pull that off. I don't know. I can't remember exactly how much until I would face double heavies, especially if I'm not playing top, which against Savagery I might not. Oh, by the way, I just noticed I have 666 gold. Wow. I'm not sure if that's unlucky or lucky. Yeah, what was I saying? It's like 6 Valor times maybe like 4 or 5 units. Right now we have 4. We'll for sure have at least 5. I know I'm definitely needing to Hellvent that gold tooth. I'm almost certain of it. So we'll say we got 5 minimum, so 5 times 6, that's 30 damage. And however many multi-strikes, we already have 1. We have 2 with the Cursed Twin Blade. And then we got the steels coming up that hopefully will have some, or at least hopefully 1. I don't know how I would even, I mean, well, yeah, I would put on Gold Tooth, I suppose. So, I don't even know what the calculation is at this point, but I'd have to survive, assuming no multi-strikes, I'd have to survive for like 10 turns to get to kill a tank there. I mean, that's a very conservative estimate, and we're just saying that my only damage is coming from, you know, this, which it won't be the case because I will have these Gold Tooths hitting pretty heavily. That's the thing that I'm having a tough time really envisioning, is like, how much gold am I going to have by the end? I just am like assuming I'm going to have 1,000 or something, but I don't know if that's necessarily realistic. But let's say if I do have 1,000, that's like 150 damage. So they're basically a Shadow Siege at that point. So I get like 2 Shadow Sieges. I think one thing to consider with Eagleheart is who is going to be hitting them. I guess it would be Goldtooth, but even that's not a super strong play. That's not necessarily doing any more damage than Pyroclasm does in terms of killing a heavy. I mean, another problem with Wenge's Radiance is, like, I don't know that Firebrand necessarily will be doing a huge amount of damage. Eventually it will, because obviously Firebrand's the unit that's going to hit Wenge Radiance in most cases. So I have to factor that into Wenge Radiance as well. It's like, say I get an enemy with like we'll say 2 or 3 melee weakness, we can get bank on, sometimes more, but maybe 2 or 3 reasonably. And then Firebrand, it's like, if I were to need to kill an Avowed Gladiator at 500 health, let's say I don't have a Pyroclasm that turn, or any turn leading up to it, then it's going to be a full 500 health. How much damage do I need? Or how much can I count on Firebrand being scaled up by maybe 3 or 4 waves? Can I say that it does 100 damage? Because if it does 100 damage, then that seems pretty good. I mean, that's like an extra 200 to 300 damage. But then if we just want to go pure scaling, if we think it's really just the scaling component, which I would say if we're taking Spike of the Banished, we're saying that we kind of are afraid of bosses, because Spike of the Banished is definitely a worse card than these 2 cards, but it does probably contribute toward killing a boss, you know, in better ways than these other 2 will. I don't know that that's true, though, because I would say it's definitely true if I compare it to Eagleheart, maybe, but probably like Wenge Radiance could maybe deal with a boss pretty well, actually, in some cases, because no one on my floor will have, like, horrible attack, but many of them will have pretty decent attack, you know, and I could even, like, I could fly like my Miser off the floor or something and really guarantee that my melee weakness against the boss hits on a big unit. I could fly both Talos and Miser off the floor for Relentless and then hit the boss with a giant Wenge Radiance, and then at that point only Firebrand or the Goldtooths would hit it. So let's say I never find double stack, but let's say I can play it for like 4 mana. That's 4 melee weakness. Let's say I can hit it for 150 or more damage. 150 times 4. It's not going to be enough to be relevant against like Seraph, I think. I think we would get more out of Spike of the Banished, because that's going to be... It's just weird though, because like right now this Spike would actually go on Miser just because it's the only unit that has multi-strike, and I'd be using it just for the offense, and it's just not very efficient at that. Like, it'd be much better if I'm using it on Firebrand, but I don't know that I'm gaining much by using it on Firebrand. I suppose if I put the Cursed Blade on Firebrand, this could make sense. I think there's enough question for me here that I should just heuristically take the card that I think generally is best. And to me, I think that's Wings Radiance. Yeah, we'll take that. Probably take another tome. Yeah, I don't see too much harm in that. Alright, here we definitely take Shell. Now we got that armor spam. That's a huge benefit to the deck. Flaming Talons is nice. Especially because for some of these, many of these fights, I think I'll be setting up top. I think I set up top against Kale. I can rely on hopefully getting Pyroclasms to deal with stuff before it gets to me. But even if it gets to me, man, if it does get to me, that's an issue though, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to have to go bottom in that fight. Because I will say, this last fight I definitely could have probably not taken damage had I just set up bottom. But I also wouldn't have gotten all those eggs, so I feel like I still did the right thing. I still should have been able to prevent 5 damage, though. I don't know that I could have prevented the second Scourge Shuffler from hitting me. But that tank that got by with 5 health, I definitely should have been able to deal with that. But we'll just take Ember Charge, because again, it just seems to be the best thing. Sorry, 1 second. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, obviously not that one. Manifold Mirror also doesn't have anything for us. The only... Am I going to hit any armories or Merchant of Arms? So, not there, not there, not there, and not there. So we're not even hitting an armory, so I don't know that I take a Manifold Mirror, because at that point the only thing I would be using on would be specifically the Valor room, or I guess I would take the Gold room, or no, the Gold room's not rare. Yeah, because I don't think I would take it on the Pyrogel room, but I would take it on the Valor room. That's a decent amount of scaling, which solves some issues that we have. But I could just have all of these dragons that I already have applying 5 Pyrogel on strike. That seems quite a lot better, so we'll do that. That also helps me with bosses. It helps me with wave clear, scaling, everything. Double stack. Wings Radiance, nice. Ooh, and another Remove Consume, which almost certainly goes there. That solves Relentless as well. Man, we just... sometimes you get worried, and then the game just is like, here you go. Yeah, we're fine. Oh my god. And we got this. So, Worthy Sacrifice. So, I got a few options. I could go Worthy Sacrifice, Guildmonger. Guildmonger's stealing the show with this event anyway. There's no way I do it with any of the other units. I mean, I guess I could Fecundicity a Gold Tooth. That's just there. It already costs 2, so I don't like that. I don't like it on the Miser either. I love the many lives here. This makes it so I really don't even have to use the reanimation spike that much. Yeah, we'll do that. That's such a hilarious play. I love that. That's a pretty late event. Do we even have time to do whatever the path is? I guess there's still 3. I don't think I've ever seen that event that late. So what did I... Where's my guy? 110. 1 is the right side, so 110. Yeah, that's not happening. Sorry, bud. There's no way I'm giving up my... With all this money and my need of Pyroranes and an Appearing Well, You think I'm gonna go this way? Ha, think again. Anyway, we got remove consume here and double stack here. Boom. Giant benefits. I am spending gold, but that's fine. I feel like we don't need that gold yet. I could go -1 there. Only reason not to do this would be to hold out for a holdover. And I don't think we need to do that. I could also just make these cost less, because I will... With this one, I always want to play it. So... Could also do an Inspire, I guess. I like it here, though. If I can play this for 0 and still get a melee weakness out of it, that seems fine. +10. I can put +10 here. I'd still rather Surge Stone it. I think it's better to just put it on a fire starter. Then I have another card that can at least do some amount of front-loaded damage. Obviously, it's not going to deal with a tank, but this is to deal with, like, maybe a backline enchanter of some sort. You know, you never know what you're going to run into in Ring 7. So what are we Helventing now? This is the first of many. I know that there's some safe calls. It's like there's... I could Helvent this Pyroclasm. We wouldn't want to Helvent the intrinsic one because we don't need 2 of them guaranteed to be together. That's actually what we don't want to see. The ideal scenario is that we draw our Pyroclasms apart from one another. So duping the one that is not intrinsic is the smarter play there. Question is that better than this Wind's Radiance? I think it mostly is, especially considering we're fighting Savagery, who has devastating backliners that we really have to kill before they hit us. So definitely right now, Pyroclasm is defaulting to being the card I'm going to pick, unless I want to go really greedy and take the Spike of the League. The Spike of the League also can obviously help with bosses, but another thing I guess that's bad about Spike of the League dupe is that I don't want to see 2 of them on the same turn, so it does actually create situations where crappier turns than normal occur. It does increase the overall frequency that you will see Spike of the League, though. But, you know, there's a lot of turns where I'm going to be needing to play Pyroclasm and whatnot. Much more than I would be needing to play Spike of the League, so... Unless I want to do, like, Tome of the Lost Path, if I think I'm going to fly another unit in, but... I can just use a later Helvent on Tome if that needs to happen. Have I, like... Oh, I didn't even reroll here. Should do that first. Yeah, wow. Okay, that was... I almost, like, thought I had not done that. Or I thought that I did that. But I didn't. So this actually makes it very easy, because I can just intrinsic this and spell chain it. So now... I think we still Helvent the Pyroclasm now, because we are going to have to fight Kael. And these Pyroclasms are going to be very necessary against that. But I can just spell chain this with the thought that I am going to get another Gold Tooth in the future, which I almost certainly am. So that's fine. Then -2, we could just put that... We could put that here too. That's actually fine. Then I can Surge Stone one of these. And then we'll Helvent Pyroclasm. And remove... Okay, remove one of these fire starters for now. We can hold a little bit of gold. I want to still start above 100, I think. Just to get that extra 15. Ooh, okay. I think we can greed this one out. Go at the very top. Marker Invasion's no problem at all. Yeah, we want him to get as much reanimate as possible, then we can get as much gold as possible. Because I actually feel very strong right now. Oh, I don't... Yeah... Oh, and I thought it was a Ring 7 Helvent as well, not a direct next one. Damn, that sucks. It means we're going to have to Helvent like a vanilla gold tooth at this upcoming one, because I do need, I think, 2 of these units. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, put you in the back. This would be the greediest play I could make. This would be probably stronger than this, I'm thinking. Because it still gives me a little bit of extra greed by doing this. I still have Avarice 5. But this one has Avarice 10. But obviously this one doesn't scale like this one does. But maybe I don't want them to scale because of the boss, and I'm going to have so much defense that I might as well try to string it out and get as much gold as possible. That's why I'm kind of thinking I just put it here. I'm pretty sure I will. Pretty sure I don't want to take these. I can just put these like here and there for now. I could take one of these out. I think I just don't do that because I want to take as many hits as possible here and just have as many units to hit with my stuff as possible as well. We have no reason to shift unless we want the shell. I guess I do. Might as well. Alright, how greedy can I be here? Because I don't have maybe enough damage to kill this yet. It's got 5 Pyrogel. I'll have a lot more Pyrogel once these things start hitting. Yeah, he's gonna die, so I probably don't play that. I can go this here, since this guy's already cooldown reduced. I guess we don't shift him, because it can't go below 1. Kind of forgot about that. Put this down. I mean, I can recycle this, so I don't have to be that prescriptive with it. I almost don't even want to do that, I suppose, because we just want to hit him as much as possible. Yeah. Alright, 1 sec. Be right back. Alright, I am back. Gotta remember where I was. So, they're all dying. I should be shifting here. You shift, you shift, you shift. So we'll bring you forward. You forward. You forward. Everybody still dies, even though we kind of messed up the order, but that's okay. We're just maximizing shifts. And we'll get rid of this here. That double tank wave could be bad if I don't give it some extra sauce. Ooh, Calcified Ember. That's getting played. Ah, did you not have this the whole time? Well, if anything, I'm still getting the shell shifts, so that's fine. But yeah, let's go here, there. If I can remember to do that, maybe 75% of my turns I'll be happy. I can't expect much more. Alright, so we'll do our shifts first. Doesn't change anything. So I guess we'll just do that. Sucks because, like, I don't want to pay any pyre health here. We obviously give up a bunch of gold by doing that, but, you know, what are you going to do? Alright, you should have that one. Yeah, I'll still do this, though. And we obviously don't do that. We're actually killing them, so we don't need to Pyroclasm here. I could Pyroclasm there, but I'm very greedy. So I think I want to do this. have max eggs. Do I want to do this just to push some damage? Or do I want to not push any damage? I do have Titanite, but I do have 27 corruption here. I have a little bit better than a 50-50 to draw Spike of the League, especially if I don't play the Guildmonger, so I guess I should not play that. But maybe we'll soften him up a little bit here. I imagine we're probably fine. Oh, I didn't use my abilities, fuck. Alright, we're fine. And this works out just fine. I mainly want the Miser to get as many hits as possible, so we won't do anything more. Alright, we're definitely getting some gold here. 591 on top of that. It's up to 800. Ooh, Death Metal Hymnist. Death Metal Hymnist. Ooh. It does kind of suck actually putting this intrinsic in this scenario, because it does mean I'm pretty much, unless I'm top decking Death Metal Hymnist, not going to be able to, I have to put the Death Metal Hymnist down and then cycle back to it, and also just not play it at the start, which is maybe not very realistic. Could just simply take the Cursed Twin Blade, but I don't know. Death Metal Hymnist puts multi-strike on everybody. It's so powerful. It's so much more fun. I think I'm definitely taking that. I'll figure out how to make it work. I'll make it work somehow. Pyroclasm only if we're hitting magics. We are not. Maybe there's a world I hit this if I need the Pyro Remains, I guess. Because we don't have any Holy Stones. We don't have any way to gain health back, and I guess I hit Pyro Remains there, so I should be at full health at this point. I'm hitting it here too, yeah. We won't need Pyro Remains, so we're very unlikely to hit that Merchant of Magic, so we'll just skip. And we loot that, obviously. Bellows could be good if I combine it with the Ascend one that we'll eventually get here. I mean, with 10 eggs a turn, we'll definitely fill the whole. We'll get every minor artifact eventually. Taskmaster's Lash, probably not. I think it's just a Medal of Superiority for now. Conduit. We don't have any whelps. The 12 Conduit, I have to imagine, is quote-unquote better than the Pyrogel right now, obviously. But is it that relevantly better? I mean, it's adding some damage to Pyroclasm. I'm often not even playing it on my main floor. And how often am I even playing these fire starters on my main floor? Pretty much never. So, I think the Bellows is better here, because it does help with the eventual thing. Whereas this just doesn't. I don't see any world, I don't really take any spell damage outside of Pyroclasm, so I don't know if the Conduit is that good. Technically, Pyroclasm is attuned, but again, I just don't think it's better than this. Odie's Totem. Manifold Mirror. Pyrostone Housing. Housing looks good to me. I mean, we obviously don't get any benefit yet, but when I hit those steals, we can get extra upgrades onto pretty much everybody. So, yeah, we'll just take that. Alright, we're going left. Get that Pyre Health. Captain's Halo, definitely buying that. Magma Core. Oh, and see, there you go. Even something like a Magma Core is significantly better with Hellfire Bellows. Burning Feather, on the other hand, is potentially the worst artifact in the game. I don't know. Maybe there's some weird build where that works, but I guess it technically would work with. I don't know. I feel like even with Imp builds and Melting Remnant stuff, I've never gotten this thing to actually do anything. If I took it right now, I could technically get something going with you know, the Guildmonger has the reanimate spike, is endless. So it's like I could technically scale like another floor of units, but at this point I can't even really put together a second floor. Even with some hell vents, it would be kind of a weird floor, and I just want everything on the same floor anyway. And then, so it's basically the same idea as a fledgling imp, but it's just worse at it because it only applies to angels. You know, you can... It's not that unreasonable, I guess, that it could work in a run, though, but I've definitely never had it happen. I'm not buying it now. Ooh, here we go. Oh, wait, no, that's not the one. I thought that was the one that gave the 3 extra horde. Yeah, we don't need a dragon scale. 1 armor for Valor. I probably honestly don't need it, but I'll take that for sure. And Gel Transfuser. I don't know that I take that. I know I have... I don't really want to take much damage anyway, so I don't know how much Magma Core is really helping, but I have to keep in mind that I probably still don't necessarily need gold for Kael, because Pyroclasm's solving most of this fight. So I don't know that I really need like a Gel Transfuser, and I still don't think I have much Pyrogel. I mean, I have some. I have this Sphyra's Inferno, which does give a pretty good amount of Pyrogel. And then I'll eventually have the stuff that ascends. So I think if I don't immediately need the gold, I should just buy this, because it will be kind of beneficial. And yeah, I think Vanilla Goldtooth is unfortunately... I mean, I could also do the Tome of the Lost Path. The reason I would Hellvent the Tome of the Lost Path is because then I could still play the first one, and then I have another one that I don't play that it waits around for the Death Metal Hymnist. I could also just find another Tome of the Lost Path, and then I don't need to do that Hellvent. So maybe I should wait on that until the end. We know we want to get a Hellvent on Goldtooth, but again, it's so much better if I wait. So I'm kind of have my conundrum here, right? It's like, I got these 2 Hellvents left. I know I probably want to Hellvent for sure a Goldtooth, and probably for sure a Tome, but only the Tome if the Tome is like only if I don't get offered a Tome here, right? For the Banished thing, which is going to be like a 3 out of 8. So it's less than 50-50 that I find it, so it is, if I Hellvent now, it doesn't feel too bad some of the time. Plus, there's really good Banished rares, so maybe there's just something better to take other than the Tome, which makes the Hellvent not go completely to waste. And then on the other side of things, it's like, well, I could Hellvent a Goldtooth. I mean, here's the other thing I could say. The other thing I could say is I just Hellvent 1 Goldtooth now, and another one later, and the other one will obviously be better. So then I'm just left with 3 Goldtooths, 2 of them very good, 1 of them vanilla. I already can use the existing Tome of the Lost Path to get both Goldtooths onto the floor. I'm probably not going to take an Ember upgrade for this upgrade at Kael though, because I think I want to take Draw. Let me think if that's smart though. I feel like 4 Ember really is all that I need. That it obviously would be nice on deployment to be able to play out the extra Goldtooth, because right now I can't do that if I don't take Ember. So the problem you run into is like, it still makes the Tome of the Lost Path very inconsistent, just only having 1 of them if I do that play. So I honestly think I'm just going to Hellvent this now, and then 1 Goldtooth later. Then I'm guaranteed to at least get all of them onto the floor. And the spell chain goes kind of to waste, but not really. I'll have every ally on the floor will have flight. So I'll be triggering shift and Who knows, I still could get melee weakness on Talus, and if I do, that becomes a very powerful play. But even if I don't, I'm getting a ton of armor by doing that, and I'm getting some extra valor from the 2 wind blades, so I'm getting, you know, extra stuff there, and seems alright. And it gives me a higher chance of getting this death metal hymnist to actually get onto the floor. So I think we will have on that. I feel okay about that. And then, yeah, we don't want that. Do the next fight. So I could maybe set up mid if I want to be a little safer. I don't hate it. Yeah, let's try it. Then I can always fly up to the top with pretty much everybody since I hell-vented the flight card. So if it does turn out I need to go top, I can basically shift everybody up. So I think this is probably fine. Still want you on the bottom. I'll put Talos on top to bait Kayle out top. Then we'll move her down. I should do this first. Don't want that. Don't want that. Although I do need to get scaling here, but we'll get that easy enough. So we'll just play one of these, and I'll save the other one for the multi-strike dude. We'll just have these guys get it. Yeah. And I'll save that and just play these. Put this one top, this one bottom. Take that out. Hey, those golden touches with the minor upgrades ended up being pretty good there. If that thing had gorged, it wouldn't actually mean much here. I mean, it would get the health back. I don't know if that it might change the threshold enough that it would matter. So for this fight, I think I can get away again with going Curse Blade on Miser. So let's do this here, since you'll be shifting somewhat often. I'll get yours down to 1 since you are on 2 there. And then we'll just get this in the front, I guess. Does kind of suck if I draw Death Metal Hymnist this next turn, because now my floors are filled. Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh wow, that guy... I thought it showed that guy as dying. The hell? Well, we can kill it with that, so we'll just do that. We're just gonna have to give up on Hymnist here, I think. Curse Blade, I'm gonna play it maybe a little more safe here, and I'm gonna put it on this guy. I don't actually trust myself to be able to... Well, we got Pyroclasm coming up. I'm going to keep it going here. And then let's give you this. Alright, let's shift everyone. One survives, but I can double fire starter to kill that. Can also do that to probably kill it as well. Then I can just make sure I'm getting more value there. Alright, let's do that. I think I want it to hit me. Let's go here, here, there. Probably don't need to really scale much more, or else I'm going to hurt myself on gold. I'm playing it pretty safe as it is. Probably don't need 82 Pyrogel in this guy. Right. It wasn't worth me putting the Death Metal Hymnist down here, I think, because I don't really need it, and I don't even want to take the 1 pyro damage. Maybe that's Maybe that's playing it too safe, I don't know. Alright, we're good here, so we'll do that. And that. Oh wow, that did a ton of damage. Holy crap. I guess the Pyrogel applies before the melee weakness. That's an insane combo, actually. You could... I don't know why I haven't really realized that before. But, for some reason I was thinking it'd only do it on the base damage. It wouldn't go... But it's like taking 100 damage and doing it off that, so... Yeah. That's pretty strong. There's this thing, if we had put the Death Metal Hymnist down, we'd be fine. Which makes me... I mean, I suppose once we get to the real tough battles, I'm okay taking some chip damage in favor of Magma Core. And then I can be getting by on 4 Ember. Otherwise, I should take 5 if I'm worried about the chip damage that much. I gotta think just drawing better is better, though. I mean, I think if I needed a Pyroclasm right now, how angry I would be, right? And I ain't gonna lie, I want one, because obviously I don't want this guy to eat any of these, but... yeah, that's actually, even just that is annoying. So we know 44 kills that. Yeah, I think we're just going to do this. Oh my god, he's dying? No way. Alright, that will not do. I got to at least get this guy down there. I also don't want to kill him too fast, because I need to get my eggs, so let's just call that good, I guess. Man, that was... I'm like way too powerful for my own good, apparently. Not a bad problem to have, but in the name of greed, I may have not min-maxed too well that fight. I should have got a lot more gold than that. And I should have been at 10 eggs, so I sacrificed a little for gold there. I mean, honestly, like I said, 8 versus 10 eggs is not gigantic. I could take another Death Metal Hymnist. It's not a horrible play, especially because I'm hitting 2 Merchants of Steels. With another Death Metal Hymnist, is it starting to feel like I should take an Ember upgrade? There's definitely a lot of good reasons to have an Ember upgrade. I mean, if I have an Ember upgrade, I get the other Gold Tooth out. Guaranteed. I can play Death Metal plus a card. At least a non-zero cost card. That doesn't seem that necessary, though, as I look through the deck. It's like most of the stuff is like either X cost or 0, or like 1 in consume, so it's like... There's not a gigantic reason to be able to play Death Metal and need 1 extra Ember. It would only be like if I fight like an Ember trial coming up or something. But that's not the only benefit. I mean, a big benefit would be to get the extra Gold Tooth out, since we're going to upgrade it and then Hellvent it. But it's also, that benefit doesn't even pay off in Ring 7, and Ring 7 might be hard. Ring 7 is definitely a difficulty spike depending on which one you fight. Yeah, so it's like I get an extra unit out. If I go draw, I can't get both Gold Tooths out. Either that or I don't get a Guildmonger out and like a Miser or something. And I really don't like either of those scenarios. I think it will actually be Ember. I think even beyond just the 4 version, beyond Death Metal Hymnist, I think there are turns where I may want to like Winged Radiance for a good amount, on top of playing like a Pyroclasm, and maybe on top of playing something else, like a Cursed Twin Blade. You know, because if I go draw, I can see draw as well, though. Like, I feel like if I don't take draw, that could be pretty brutal, just the same. It's just that deployment. And honestly, like, it's not that out of the question this far in that I might get some help with Ember. I know we We already saw Odie's Totem, which would not have helped us anyway. It would have hurt us. But there's the other one. There's like the +3 Ember on deployment. So that I could get. And if I get that, then I'll feel very stupid for taking the Ember upgrade, because definitely a draw upgrade is good otherwise. But if I don't find that artifact, then I'm stuck with a situation, which I'll at least immediately be in, where one of my gold tooths does not get played, and then I have to draw it later, put it down, and then, unless I am redrawing my deck in the same turn, or top decking it along with the intrinsic cards, I basically have to wait however much longer until the tome gets there. And those type of plays will be at least less bad if I take a draw upgrade, but they also just... The play wouldn't happen with Gold Tooth if I take the Ember. It still happens with Death Metal Hymnist, though, and if it's already guaranteed to happen with Death Metal Hymnist, I do lean toward maybe draw upgrades better. Yeah, because Death Metal Hymnist is already better, technically, than getting a Gold Tooth onto that floor. So I think draw. Yeah, probably just the Flame Talons, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sidetracked. I'm not actually trying to decide there. That's a pretty easy decision. When an angel moves, it gains Valor 2. Well, we have the one angel, which is Firebrand. These don't even count. Talos, I really wish they would add, like, tags for champs, because Talos is obviously an angel. And, so should, like, Hornbreaker Prince be a demon, right? There's a few that just are like, they just have to be there. Don't know what some of the others would be. I guess Baron Grail could be a monstrosity, or I don't even know. It's like too sentient to be a monstrosity. Well, yeah. I could go very deep on that discussion of clans and what they would be. Like, would Tethys be a Siren? Would like Wildenton be a hollow? Not really. It seems like the hollows seem like trees, right? But not always. Because, like, what even is a thorn hollow? Is that a tree? It's like a monster, right? Like a big monster. And that is technically what Wildenton is. A big monster. Anyway, we'll take that. I don't need a Lost Luggage. I already have 2 intrinsic cards, and... maybe I should have took the Lost Luggage, now that I think about it. I'll be honest, I kind of wrote it off. But it might have been better there. Alright, we're on a second row now. I don't know, is it better than this? I'm already guaranteed that this is good. And then the Lost Luggage is just giving me a chance, an extra chance for finding, like, my units on the opener. Whereas Opinion is guaranteed every fight to give me value. I think I made the right call. That's what we'll tell ourselves. Okay, we got Large Stone, which now is... This is a tough one, because I could just Large Stone the Firebrand and Smidge Stone it. Now I kind of wish I'd take the Ember upgrade, because I could just Smidge Stone this Gold Tooth and play it down immediately. The problem is, if I got a reroll here, and then I got another 2 sets of shops in the final, right? So it's like, my chance of getting duality are decent. So, like, do I really want to be settling for Large Stone plus Smidge Stone on a Firebrand? Because that's where Large Stone plus Smidge Stone technically is best on out of these. But I have other options. I could Large Stone and Smidge Stone the Gold Tooth. It's not a super great upgrade, but it still means, like, if I re-roll and find multi-strike, we're fine with getting multi-strike, because I don't think we'd want to make him quick, given that we have a firebrand. The other option is I could give Large Stone to a Death Metal Hymnist, just to give it health. It doesn't really care to go up in size, and I could still Smidge Stone maybe the Gold Tooth, and that would allow us to at least, because we don't necessarily have to get the Miser out, I think, at a certain point, and we don't have to get the Horde Dragon out necessarily super early. I can still probably get to max 10 eggs a lot of the time, not drawing it in my opener. That would give me the opportunity, if I have Smidge Stone, I could just put Smidge Stone on the Gold Tooth, and I don't even need to fly them on. But then again, do I even care? Because I basically got, you know, the 2 of them on Intrinsic, the 2 flight cards. So, like, do I really need to be Smidge Stoning these Gold Tooths? I could just hold that gold, and it is representing 30 extra damage or so, almost. Even more once I start getting multi-strikes in either Shop form or Death Metal Hymnist form. So all that being said, I think I'm just going to put that on a Large Stone on one of these to give it health. And then we'll re-roll. God, these are like the worst possible upgrades. I wanted like multi-strike and dualism. I definitely didn't want these, but that's what it happens sometimes. We'll put the other health here, I think. We'll hold out for better upgrades, hopefully at the next one. That was pretty shitty. Anything worth putting Endless on? Probably not. Quick, I don't think we want these to be quick. 14 I could do. That's probably worth 20 gold. I can just put that on like the Miser for now, because it really doesn't need any other upgrades. I guess Avarice would have technically been better, but at this point I think we'll just do this. Yeah. And then we'll remove... probably still don't really need these fire starters. I could remove one of the Inspires too. Oh, okay, we have melee weakness. I have to imagine we almost certainly are doing that. Think of all the shifting we can do. Now we're even more. Yeah, that's just automatic. Absolutely. Okay, we're feeling good. So, it's Dominion's Disdain. I may have to set up middle. That does pose a problem though, because Pyroclasm does not... Okay, this is what we can do. Again, all of our guys, they're gonna have... they're gonna have stuff. They're gonna have flight. That's the word. So I can fly them down, up. I can just put flight on everybody. Right now I don't need to technically put flight on anybody, but we will. Got to plan out the whole turn here. So my only way to kill this is either through that, which is an option, or through that, which is also an option. I feel like the Pyroclasm's overkill, though. I'm probably just going to kill it with this. That way I can get more gold and more revenge procs. So let's go this here, for sure. We'll move you up. I'll give flight to 2 of them, but hold the other one for potential multi-strike dude. Do I give flight here or here? Here? And then hold that one, don't play that. I don't need to actually care about the melee weakness here, so I could just put all of this into there. I should put this... I should have moved her to the front. I fucked that up. Well, whatever. It's fine. Let's give you that one then. Do I want to play these out, or do I just want to put more reanimation on this guy? I'm already going to get I get 8 if I do it here. I can get... He already has 3. We don't need to play it for 8. So let's do this. And this. And that. And that. Yeah, I like that. That goes there. That's all fine. And kill that guy with... So you have 500 health. You do 200, 300, 400. Am I going to be able to do 500? I think I will with the extra pyro damage too. So let's just use this there and let him get hit for as much gold as possible. I got that for that. Well, that will go there for sure. Play that for sure. Which means I probably just play this. Oh, I didn't do my flight. Shit. Alright, well, especially with the melee weakness, I didn't even factor that in, but these tanks will stand no chance at all. Let's give that there. Move you front. You. Play that. It was not a good turn to play the Hymnus. That would obviously be a great... I mean, I still wouldn't have enough mana because I wouldn't have done anything different there. Maybe I could not play the Windblade. Yeah, I guess if I didn't play the Windblade, I'd have one more Ember. I still have to come up with one other Ember to be able to play that, though. But this is fine. We're just going to go here, I think. It's obviously more powerful on the Gold Tooth, but with all the shifting we're going to be doing, I think it's fine. Oh, actually, we haven't got the other ritual. Oh, yeah, we have it now. Okay, but that still is weird because... Yeah, I can't, like, get it to actually play this turn. Taskmaster's Lash, I would actually like here. I would use it, like, for that. Well, obviously we play those. I guess we're just not going to play Hymnus. Hymnus is going to be hard to play, I guess. But yeah, let's get you having that. And then we'll take... Ah, shit. Damn, I can't even kill that one. Well, this floor we... I don't know. So you're dying twice more, 7, 8. Actually, probably just do this. I don't know. I might have to Pyroclast into the main floor here. I don't think I will. I mean, I have all this other stuff. Alright, they're all dead. Play those. Play you. And now I can kill this guy, so that's good. At least I can draw some cards this turn. That was probably a mistake. Can I put this on one of them? Alright, well, we gotta use this now, so let's go... 1... So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. If I move these guys off, I can't actually kill one of these guys, and I do definitely want to kill one of them. So... I think we'll just go... here. Oh, that was this. Was that this? Had I already played it on someone that turn? I thought that was supposed to spell chain. Am I tripping? Or did I put it like twice onto that unit or some shit and I just totally didn't see it? Well, I'm totally out of it, apparently. Anyway, oh, apparently that guy's not dying. Shit. Well, I don't want that to happen. So let's do this here, I guess. Alright, that changed nothing. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. I guess he was already killing that unit in one hit. I guess we gotta do it here. Alright, well that sucked. We took a bunch of damage. Maybe we do need to go to the fucking Merchant of Magic, I don't know, at 40 health against Savagery. Now it does, you know, kind of start to look that way, right? I guess I won't move any since I gotta get the most money here. Alright, well at least I got a lot of money. Alright, there's another Tome of the Lost Path. There's a blood-soaked arena, though. That's pretty good scaling, but I'm also... I don't know. Is it fast enough? This Miser has actually gotten a lot of stacks from the Savagery Pyre. He's up to 114 normal attack. Almost makes me wonder if that's better than Goldtooth, if it already has multi-strike. We'll have to see. Just take another Tome of the Lost Path. That would make getting a Death Metal Hymniston easier, because then it's not intrinsic, and it's so much more likely to get drawn with a Death Metal Hymnist. And honestly, if I am going to have to go to the Merchant of Magic here, which I may, like, I'm at 40 health. I can't even guarantee, so I don't think there's any world where I can set up bottom floor. I don't think that's happening. If I would have known I was never getting like any sanctuaries offered ever again, I probably would have took that other one that was offered way back when. I don't remember what I took over it now. But I think it's Tome. And I can zero cost it. Cursed Dragon Staff, any good? I think I had one slot available for equipment, because I got 3 right now, and I got 4 key units on the floor. Soldier of Fortune. That could be a way to get Death Metal dude out. I wish it could like reduce the cost of the unit. Like, I don't actually care about the stats it's giving it necessarily. It's just another way to have some consistency with getting the unit out. I will say, though, without having removed the stewards, that kind of sucks. But there is a vortex, and I have some... I think it moves me toward wanting to go to the left. Honestly, I'm not even that sad about not hitting the Hell Vent. You know, the Goldtooth may or may not find multi-strike. If it doesn't find multi-strike, it's not even that important to Hell Vent it. So, really, I'm more sad about just not getting anything on the Firebrand. Like, just having Titanite might not cut it for Firebrand. I'm a little worried about that. But I think it will be fine. And just the same, it's like I'm not guaranteed necessarily to get anything that helps Firebrand with survivability. Obviously, Dualism would be amazing, but Large Stone I would definitely settle for at this point, but I would then also need a Smidge Stone to go along with it, so it's like even that might be unlikely. So I think there's pretty good chances that I brick so hard on the right on the shop that my Hell Vent isn't even useful and my units don't even get better. So I think we go left to restore our health, thin the deck out a little bit more, and make some of these cards more playable. And I will take that in light of that. Alright, out of these, definitely the Lash. I can make use of that. And honestly, I almost don't even want to do Conduit and Firecracker because there are probably going to be turns where I want to like just tap my guy with either a Firestarter or Golden Touch, and they already have plus damage. I obviously don't want to do it with a Pyroclasm. But, you know, when I tap myself and it's coming in at 12 Conduit, that's just more unnecessary damage to me most of the time. Like, because again, how often am I just actually shooting an enemy, and how often would that extra 12 damage be relevant even? Only with like the unupgraded Firestarter, really, in most of these cases. But maybe that's still fine. Maybe that's better than just saying I need a efficient Taskmaster's Lash, because it's not like I can't use Taskmaster's Lash. I could also take the Firecracker, and then these cards do more damage anyway, but not as much as Conduit, so it doesn't hurt me as much when I hit myself. But also has an advantage of if I play them off floor, which honestly most of the time I will do that if I'm shooting an enemy with it. And in that case they do more damage. It actually seems better to me, so we'll do that. Pyre Tap. We will refill our health. Oh, Sketches. Oh, that's so good. It's gotta be Sketches. That just solved everything. So we just removed the Stewards and we are good to fucking go now. We're gonna get all those units out. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Still left? I think still left. I don't think we go to the right still. Plus I might even just want like Holy Stone if it's available. Okay, I'm definitely buying that. We don't have any rooms, right? Let me double check. I'm pretty sure we don't. Yeah, no rooms, so that's not happening. Spark Flint Catalyst, I mean, we don't even gain that much by holding gold currently, so I can just buy it if it's remotely useful. No, okay, definitely buying that. Get another boss upgrade, it's going to be gigantically good. And I don't know if we take Trader's Quill. I know it's some extra damage on like 1 or 2 cards, maybe. I mean, there are these, but very often there won't be an enemy on the floor when I have these, and I don't know. We'll see what happens after this magic. Okay, so we got Remove Consume. Soldier of Fortune sucks now, by the way. It's like every time Soldier of Fortune just wants to try to do something, it just ends up being useless no matter what. It's like the game will bend over backwards even when it seems like it's finally going to do something for you. The game's just like, hey, Sketches of Salvation, troll face, you know. And obviously I'm going to take the Sketches because it's just way better than trying to do this with Soldier of Fortune. But yeah, Soldier of Fortune just, again, will be completely useless to us. And it's not even a priority removal because I gotta get those Stewards out to make sure that Sketches works. I don't technically have to get rid of all of them, right? I only need to get rid of 3 of them. Yeah, just 3 of them. So we'll see. So -1, we can do that there. It's not that needed anymore because obviously we're going to get the right, then we're going to get the units out at the very start, so we're just already hitting pay dirt on those. Oh, 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright. Maybe just do that. I don't know. I mean, I'll always see these. I could do it there. Doesn't seem amazing. But it might be the best thing to do it on. Nah, it's probably just this. Make it easier to get that played. And then remove consume. I don't think we put that on anything. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, I think. I guess I could do it on the Tome of Contracts, and it does make me shift quite a lot more, but I could also just spell chain it and get the same effect, and that just seems better. Kind of wish I had zero costed this now. Now I feel like an idiot, if that was what I was going to do all along, which definitely it is. Whatever, it's not the end of the world. And then Surge Stone, another one of these seems fine. Ooh, there we go. Disaster averted, and totally, this is actually really good too, to have it at the start. Yeah, it's better than anything else here. We don't need that extra tome. It's like not needed at this point. I mean, it'll help still, because I'll put it on one of the units that doesn't have flight yet. Holdover in these, definitely not. Let's do that. We can put 10 on the one that keeps recycling, might as well. And we got 600. We could take that as well, might as well. And then we remove the stewards. And I have to remove one more with gold, so I will. Probably this one. So we got that. Double check everything. So we got those. These all get played out in deployment. Yeah, so the question just becomes, do I hold this 400 for my single striking gold tooth to have extra damage? Is that better than just continuing to remove cards? I think I could give up 15 damage for another removal. Just get rid of one more Inspire, I think. And we're finding this everything key very often. I think we're sitting real good here. Now the only question is, do I set up at the bottom? I don't think so. I want to get my 13 things here. And we have some pyre health to spare, so let's set up in the mid. Yeah, we'll go mid. Probably still do this way. Alright. What do we got here? Alright, so we'll go here. Let's go like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look how much multi-strike we already have. And then, this is ridiculous. Okay, we'll go here, here, here. Already have pretty good amount of armor to the floor. And then we're going to Pyroclasm this. We're going to not take that. Oh, I guess I should have just... I kind of wanted to play this instead of this. I think this is fine. And then I'll make it so you have less delay. Maybe you. And I could give flight to that now, or just... Honestly, the flight is actually probably better. Even if I fucked up and did this turn wrong, that's still fine. I'll do that and that. Alright, you surviving that hit. That makes me satisfied. So I reduced the cooldown on this one, so we'll do that one. Oh, let's move you forward first. Oh wow, we're doing some good damage there. Want to make sure we don't accidentally kill the boss before we're able to have, you know, Guildmonger die enough. Oops. Whatever. So I could obviously end the boss's life right now with a Wind's Radiance, I think. You know, next turn, I should say. But, you know, might not be wanted. I think I should play this here. So I know it, you know, it's a few less deaths there, but you know, it is what it is. Should I go full here at 2, and I don't really need to play the tome? I think that's correct. So you forward, you forward, you forward, you forward, you forward. Yeah, we want to make sure we don't get too much there. Should I play this for 30? Just to not see it anymore, maybe. Alright, I may not want to shift here, because if I shift too many times, he's going to die. And then I'm pretty close here. Yeah, I don't need to get the flying kill. I'd much rather get another boss artifact. I would love another energy. So I probably shouldn't even play that. We can do that. I should get rid of this as well. Alright, put that down. 3 should be good there. I could even just take this hit. I should definitely still get my armor here, if anything. Alright. We'll still have armor left over. That's a good feeling. And then we'll just put... we don't actually need more than, what, 3... Yeah, we can do this then. Put that there, I suppose. And then the enemy should come down to the bottom here. Then there's not even a amalgam here, so it's a really good turn for this to happen on. And we can just fly our dudes down. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to play this, because I got 3. I'm already getting to 13. I could just do it here or something. Yeah, so, oh yeah, and we still have, it's not even relentless yet, so I can just kill him now. That way I don't take any damage here. I'll put this down just in case. Oh, well, he's dying. Whatever. Do I let all of this hit me? I guess I don't want to. Yeah, yep, he's dying. Alright, got through it. Didn't even take any pyre damage, actually. I thought we might take 1 here or there from the amalgam. Do I want the conduit? I don't think we need it. Like, I can just take gold, I think. Yeah, I'll take it. I will take gold over that, though, because that's completely useless. Alright. Well, I can definitely see the original description of the run where it's like it felt more cursed early, but then it definitely opened up. Because now it's like really, we're into like the super fun mode of just crushing everything. Oh, I'm like, wait, why do I have more Ember? That's right. That's right. Alright. Do that. That. We don't got any of the equipment, so we'll just start moving stuff up. Unfortunately, we got the wrong floors there, but that's, I think, to be expected. Because I played the steward out, I guess we were not going to get a unit top because they come in at the bottom first. Go up here, go up there. Put you up there. Give flight to you. Give flight to you. Give flight to you. Alright, we got our floor here. And we'll reduce yours to start with. Yours next. We will do that, and I think just this. Oh, look at that. One hit kill on Dominion. Right, maybe I overestimated the amount of health I needed. But hey, it's good to be on the safe side, right? Now, if I really wanted, I could probably just fly somebody down here. If I really wanted to save health, but I suppose I don't really care that much. We'll keep these here since they're going to be both flying the most. And we don't need to be putting this here anymore, so we'll just put it, I guess, here. Oh, I should do this. We don't care about greed or anything like that. And then just that, I guess. Sure. Oh, we're gonna get a 3-turn kill here, I think. Yeah, we got so many shifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not too shabby. There you go. Alright, fun run. Thanks for that submission. Miser, actually. Cannot ignore the value that Miser provided on that run. Those certainly are Guildmonger as well. It's kind of hard to rank units like that sometimes, because it's like when you rank a Miser or a Guildmonger as a banner unit against a unit like, say, a Firebrand, you know, which one actually is more valuable? The gut reaction is Firebrand, just because it has the direct combat value, right? And it's just always on display when you're just wrecking a run, or it's like saving you from a bad run, any of the above. It's less visible kind of to think like, oh, I had a Miser here that earned me all this gold, and the gold was actually the reason that the run could go so well, right? Or it was a reason. And then the other reason is like Guildmonger is able to get me so much. Like I would say though, Firebrand's still very important here, because given that I have a Shattered Shell especially, could be hard to get defensive scaling. We obviously would have a lot of defense through our shifting with armor, but maybe not enough for a frontliner to necessarily survive, especially if, say, it was like we didn't get a Titanite or something. Probably anything with a Titanite with that build was going to survive, though. Realistically, like an Avenger or something. But yeah, I think we still had, we at least can compare with Evil's. See, this is probably what I suspected OP had done, which is to select the melee weakness at the start. And yeah, so it's like, it's just such a bad ring one. You get through it So, like, it's still fine. Like, I'm not going to say it could even be technically more powerful, right? Obviously, if I was shifting as much with 3 melee weakness, I can just kill anything even that much faster. But even with just the 1, I felt like we were alright. But there's also a world where I never find melee weakness, right? So there is that side of things too. So it's like just locking in it at the start. I can see the logic there as well. So it's like, as long as you're getting through it, I don't mind it. But I do think you're just going to make life easier on yourself with a bad start like that to go the resolve route. But again, it's like, it's easy for me to say that on a run where I do find melee weakness. Like, I might be changing my tune if I never found melee weakness, right? And I was stuck with just full resolve. Obviously, I would probably Hellvent and Path maybe differently at a certain point if it was, obvious that was the case. Obviously, I only have ring 7 and 8 to really think about at that point, but I don't even know. Let's look at my deck and see, like, if I had not gotten the melee weakness, do we think we'd be in trouble? Because I remember the original plan was to try to get multi-strike on Gold Tooth, or just even a Smidge Stone if I could. I should have probably just settled for the Smidge Stone on it. It just didn't seem that necessary, though. Like, even the Smidge, I think I'm fine not taking the Smidge Stone. I got those intrinsic flight tomes, so it's like, what's even the point of Smidge Stone? And even combining it with Large Stone, it's like, well, yeah, I get the health up. The damage doesn't even necessarily go up because I'm spending $200 to get 15 damage if I'm, like, combining it with Smidge Stone. I could also just have, I guess, I don't know. I'm getting kind of sidetracked, though, but I guess the point is, like, if I didn't have this going on, I'd probably have to lean more toward committing to duping the Gold Tooth, and hopefully finding multi-strike. But, we get a lot of multi-strike through Hymnist and stuff as well, so I'm like, I'd be doing pretty good damage. It would not be nearly as good as it was with the melee weakness, but I think with the knowing that we, at least in the context that we end up with the sketches and all that, because I assume we still I'm trying to think, the sketches was found from a reward, right? I assume it was, since there's a sizzling cracker right before it. But I assume we would still find salvation at that point, and then hopefully I'm able to make up for the damage. I wouldn't make up for the damage fully, but enough to clear the waves by duping Gold Tooth. I'm probably, just holding more money as well, since it's duped. Those things would be hitting pretty hard. But yeah, I'm lost in the weeds here. Anyway, though, I think that would just be the difference between a run feeling like it's cursed at the start. Because, I still felt it was kind of cursed at the start. I'm trying to think back. It wasn't like, I didn't feel on the brink of death at any point, but we certainly did take damage here and there, like 5 there, 15 there. That was, I don't know, I probably could have mitigated that better. 12 here, I definitely could have mitigated that better. 32 on Dominion's Disdain. Wow, that's right. That was why I had to take the Pyre Health. I'm trying to remember what went wrong that fight. I know they were shuffling a decent amount of Scourges. Yeah, what the hell happened on Dominion's Disdain? Did I really lose? Did I leak? I leaked the respawn, dude, so I know I got at least 18 damage out of one of them. Maybe I leaked 2 of them and I'm just forgetting about it. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so what else did Evil have? So similar Miser, similar Firebrand. Looks like they did eventually find Dualism, Gold Tooth, and eventually a multi-strike. So it would have been pretty good for me to go that route. And it looks like actually Evil had a very similar plan there with the duping of the Gold Tooth. kind of after it has some good upgrades. Same Spike the League, actually a little bit different. This one has more consistency because you can play it for 0, but maybe not the same high roll potential. I probably would prefer Evil's version, thinking about it, because it's like, do I really need to double stack? I don't think I ever played it for 4 that much, maybe once or twice. But if I could have played it for 0 and get 2 reanimate, that would have been fine. And really, I think I mainly played it at 2, and at 2 it's actually equal. It's 4 in either case here, so definitely prefer Evil's version of the Spike here. And yeah, similar story with the Tome of the Lost Path. Didn't go with as many as me because it looks like they didn't take the what do you call it? The Death Metal Hymnist. I gotta say though, I think I would definitely take Death Metal Hymnist here because you already have double Ember upgrade plus the gauge. I would have definitely probably loved to see gauge. I'm curious where that must have been. I'm guessing right at the ring for trinkets because we skipped that one. Otherwise, we have a lot of the same stuff. But yeah, I think I would have definitely taken the Death Metal Hymnist here because it's actually pretty easy to play out with the volatile gauge. I guess it also just depends. Oh, and also these Pyroclasms, you draw them more often and they're cheaper. Yeah, I think I definitely would have, I assume, liked to see a volatile gauge. I'm trying to think if there's anything it becomes super bad on or anything. I mean, I guess it does make these worse. These are definitely harder to play with gauge. I could still get lucky half the time when they're reduced to 0 at least, because then they're 0 half the time and then 1 or a 2, but definitely that's a lot worse than just guaranteed 0. But yeah, the Pyroclasms at the very least would have loved them, and if I never got Sketches I would have loved it. Now, knowing that I have a Sketches, maybe I wouldn't want the volatile gauge, so it all kind of worked out in the end anyway, but just from a fun perspective, I wish I would have at least seen that gauge. That would have been nice. I do love me some gauge, but you know what? I love me some Shattered Halo as well, so there's already plenty of great fun to be had on that run. Anyway, though, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.